Hey guys, KoolZero here, and welcome to another episode of the Southampton Career Mode series. Yes guys, I think this is episode 4 of the Southampton Career Mode series. I'm not too sure, because obviously I haven't uploaded the video in quite a while. So yeah, as we left it off in the last episode, we said at the end we were going to start off the Premier League season, and that's indeed what we're doing here. As you can see, we get off to a quick start against Newcastle here. We're straight into the gameplay. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So Newcastle away. I believe in real life Newcastle and Southampton played a 2-2 draw in this game. So let's hope we can take all 3 points in the virtual form and hopefully get off to a good start in our season. So as you can see, we get the game underway here, and as you can see, for the first minute we're just passing the ball around, making sure we make those Newcastle fans stay quiet, because obviously, as you might be able to hear in the background, the Newcastle fans are right up for this one. And as you can see, we actually build up quite quickly here, and it was a really good tackle from whoever the defender was. We almost scored within 2 minutes, and now going into the 9th minute here, as you can see, we're still showing our dominance on the ball. Van Dijk passes up to Emre Can, who, remember, we're giving his full Premier League debut to in a Southampton shirt. Obviously, he's an ex-Liverpool player now in this series. So yeah, Ward-Prowse takes the ball here. He tries to do a neat through ball to Gansanapella, and Cheick Tiote, I have no clue what was spinning through his head when he decided to do that. But anyway, we get the corner, the cross comes in, and Newcastle clear that well. Now into the 15th minute here, Newcastle get the ball down, I think, yeah, to Tovan. He crosses it in. Forster looks very comfortable with that, and we get the ball clear. In the 23rd minute, we hook it forward to Tadic, which looks like a decent chance, but Tovan again getting himself in the way and gets some really good defending, pushing Tadic out wide, and he puts in a good tackle. Now, as you can see from this game, it's very end-to-end. I mean, a lot of crosses are coming in, and it's quite frantic, to be fair. So yeah, Wanyama gives the ball away stupidly here, trying to do some flick. However, Cedric times his tackle to perfection. We get the ball out with Tadic here, and Newcastle intercept the play again. And as you can see, we're still showing like where to tackle. I mean, the tackles have been absolutely excellent up to now, and we've really been trying to frustrate Newcastle. And as you can see, the ball comes to Ward-Prowse here. He tries to do an over-the-top pass, but again, Newcastle's defence shows this very good strength to clear that ball away. He comes out to Tovan here, and he just drifts past Bertrand. He sends it over to Papa Cisse, who again takes the heavy touch and tries to beat Van Dijk. He does get the cross in at the end, but it's well cleared. We went to the 45th minute here, so we play the ball out. The Newcastle tackle us, and yeah, that's going to be a foul to us. And I believe, yeah, Emre Can gets himself a yellow card on his Southampton debut. So yeah, we get the free kick here. As you can see, the game still very much in the balance, and that's going to be half time, guys. So it was 0-0 at half time. It didn't like play like a 0-0 game. It was actually very interesting, but both defenses seem to come out on top. In the 49th minute, we lose the ball with Mane in quite a dangerous situation. Gouffran comes down the left hand side, and I tried to get the ball, but I believe Cedric, I'm not too sure, I think he gets himself into the book as well. As you can see, it's quite a naughty challenge. He tries to get the ball, but he absolutely makes no contact with it. In the 57th minute, Wanyama comes up with the ball. He plays it up to Gansanapella, and he tries to give it back to Wanyama. And again, Newcastle with another interception, which they were playing at the whole game, working very well for each other, and we couldn't break them down. Sissoko then on the other side shows a great deal of pace, gets a cross in. It wasn't the best cross, and also now us being Southampton, we also clear the ball well. We send it up here, and again another good tackle from Colaccini. So this definitely didn't have the pace of a 0-0 game in the 61st minute, but believe it, this game is very interesting. As you can see, there's lots of highlights I've actually decided to include in this game. So yeah, we decided to make some changes here. I take off Cedric, and I'm going to give Jedvaj his Southampton debut and also his Premier League debut in general. I also decided to take Gansanapella off for Shane Long, as I just thought Gansanapella was not getting in the game enough, and he was not like being kind of, I don't know how to say it, kind of influential. And yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Oh, well, it was. Yeah, great one from me. So yeah, we get a free kick in the 65th minute. We're going to whip it in with Emre Can. It's actually a really good ball, and Ward-Prowse of all people gets his head onto it, but it's straight into Tim Krul. If Ward-Prowse heads that to the left or right hand side of Tim Krul, I'm pretty sure it would be 1-0 up by now, but unluckily he heads it straight into the path of Krul, and he's very fortunate to you know, come out with the ball. So obviously our changes are made, and also Newcastle bring on Mitrovic for Cisse, and Jedvaj gets himself involved very quickly. Do an unnecessary skill move, and he crosses it in, and Shane Long almost has an instant impact. His header hits the frame of the crossbar, and we're so unlucky in that situation. Now in the 76th minute, Bertrand comes out with the ball. He shows really good strength to come through here, but then he just couldn't like keep up with it. However, Newcastle's passing is intercepted and kind of careless really. It comes out toward Prowse here. He does an infield pass, but again Newcastle intercept. Now Tovan comes out with the ball and he tries the shot. It's a good block from our defenders. They play it out to Daryl Yanmat, who again another deflection, takes the deflection, and again Tovan, I think Tovan gets stuff in, and Newcastle United score in the 85th minute. And I was really hard done by when I was playing this live. I was like, no, how has this gone in? Because even if there's some of the highlights I didn't decide to put in the game, from the 70th minute onwards, we were all over Newcastle, and then they come out with the ball here. It takes a double deflection, and well, we just couldn't stop that. Maybe Fraser Forster could have done better, but yeah, so as you can see, we lose that game 1-0, and yeah, so Jose Font comes up with a 7.1 rating. He was our man of the match, and straight away we go into the player training. We put Emre Can, Tadic, Jedvaj, Cedric and Long into it, and the grades aren't the greatest, but we'll have to look into the next week of training. We get a chance to offer for Matt Target from Manchester City, which was kind of like unexpected. Usually you'd expect Manchester City to go in for the top players, but maybe they'd see something in Tovan, but we reject the offer of 875,000. So now the next game is against the Toffees, and as you can see, I'm making some changes in this game. Obviously, I wasn't happy with Palace's performance against Newcastle, and I just thought Shane Long had a better impact in a short amount of time. So Shane Long now in this game has a chance to prove me wrong, or like prove me wrong about why I should drop Pella, and hopefully we get 3 points in this game instead, obviously, as we've had unlucky start to the season. I believe in this game, in real life, Southampton actually got a hell of a beating. I think they lost 3-0 at St Mary's. But here, in the 8th minute, we play an astray pass, and it comes out to Mirallas here. But again, it's a very good tackle from Wanyama, who's been on great form in the first 2 games of the Premier League. And again, Ward-Prowse as well, showing good tackles as well, but that was given as a foul, and I don't think it was. Now, in the 11th minute, Shane Long plays it to Tadic. He cuts inside, looks back for Shane Long. He plays it up toward Prowse, and Shane Long makes an excellent run, and surely that's a penalty. Yes, it was. I don't know who tripped him up. Yeah, Phil Jagielka trips Shane Long up at the back of his heels, and as you can see from the replay, it's in the box, and that is a clear penalty. Shane Long probably would have scored that, and if he didn't, I probably would have raged big time. So yeah, the penalty, we step up here with Dusan Tadic. Can he score? Yes, he does. It's in the top corner, and we were talking about in pre-season about how important Dusan Tadic is going to be to this team this season. And he's come up with a goal here. Okay, it's from the penalty spot, but it's still important we do score those goals. So we take the lead 1-0 in about the 25th minute-ish. And in the 29th minute, Everton come forward with Delafeo. He plays a really good pass to Gibson, and we look as if we split ourselves open, but Gibson for some reason doesn't decide to cross it, and we get a foul at the Blue Moon there. I don't know how we got a foul for that. But yeah, chance for Gibson there. He didn't really make anything of it, and we get away with that one. Now, as you can see, really good passing on the ball. Tadic collects it. He tries to do an over-the-top pass, but Jagielka, I think, is having none of it. And again, this time Lukaku breaks out with the ball, and I already know you can't give Lukaku space, as he will punish you. Now Barkley plays it down the right to Delafeo. He runs in, puts in a cross in, but Fraser Forster's always going to have that one. In the 39th minute, Mane plays it up to Cedric, who does some silly little step over feint, and he actually bought Baines Force for that. And also there was a fake shot as well, and Cedric hits the post or the crossbar. So as you can see, it was 1-0 at half time, and in both games now we've actually hit the crossbar. So unlucky. In the 53rd minute, Lukaku goes down the wing, and it is blocked for a corner kick. Delafeo is going to be the one stepping up, and as you can see with the possession, they were actually dominating on the possession terms, but we were much more like playing on the counter-attack. The crossing is quite poor, and that is a really rubbish shot from Gibson, to say the least. In the 63rd minute, Bertrand shows Stones a clear pair of heels. He shoots, but again, straight down the gullet of Tim Howard. Now, as you can see, even this game is entering. Lukaku, for some reason, is doing the crosses. And Barkley really should have been scoring that. That would have drawn them level. And obviously now, as Everton were getting closer into the game, I decided to make some changes. So Rodriguez I brought on for Mane, who was looking quite tired. And I believe I put on, who is it? I don't even know. Yeah, I put Classy on for Emre Can as well. And I decided to put Shane Long as a centre forward and this time put Pella up front just so we can hold the ball up. But I tried to do a stupid skill move with Tadic here. And they weren't having any of it. It breaks out to Mirallas, who shows really good skill, and Fraser Forster with a fantastic save. We get away with that one. And from the corner kick, as we saw in pre-season how dangerous we are on the counter-attack. And Graziano Pella gets himself free here. He shows really good skill, and finally Graziano Pella scores. I think he scored once in the pre-season, but that was excellent from Pella, the way he just passed 2 or 3 players. We made that 2-0, and shortly after, in the 81st minute, Everton, I think, were going all out attack. They play an infield pass, and it was a really good save from Tim Howard to stop them from conceding a third. And as you can see, that was the end of the video. Guys, if you enjoyed, please smash the like button.